Hey, welcome World Entertainment, and hot on the heels of the brand new first full-length trailer of Alien Romulus from Freddy Alvarez coming out this August, we're now getting a bit of more news, or updates I should say, from Noah Hawley about the Alien FX series that's going to be coming. It's interesting what he talks about because he talks about mainly that they're about to finish filming. And that's interesting because this thing has been filming for quite a while. But let's have a look at this. So, FX Alien series showrunner Noah Hawley made a recent appearance on the Deadline podcast where he talked his other series, Fargo, and more interestingly, his upcoming Alien series, confirming that his own directorial work on the series has been completed and that there's still another month of filming left and the show will be wrapping in July. Noah reiterated a number of elements he has spoken about previously. So there we're hearing that it's going to be finishing filming in July, which we'll come back to. So Hawley reaffirmed that despite his role as producer, Ridley Scott remained hands-off during the development of the series, and that the series would retain the retrofuturism of the original Alien films rather than more polished look of the prequels. Discussing the longevity of the series, which FX chairman John Landgraf previously commented on, saying that the series designed to be an ongoing series. Hawley told Deadline that FX was telling him maybe don't do two things at once on this show. Their hope is to put the season 2 as close to season 1 as possible. At the moment, it's generally Alien Romulus we're hearing about, as the gears of the marketing machine are turning ahead of the film's release in August. But what, if any, connections exist between Romulus and Noah Hawley's series? According to Hawley, none that would be intentional on his or Freddy Alvarez's part. Both projects are being managed by different parts of 20th Century Studios, and both creatives have been left to work on their respective projects. And once again, Hawley reaffirmed his decision to have the Aliens have a much longer history than the direction Ridley Scott had been taking with the Alien prequels. Rather than the David-created bioweapons that were made 10 minutes ago, the xenomorphs featured in FX's Alien series will be the result of millions of years of evolution. So he's talking about the perfect organism, like it was discussed in the original film, that this thing seemed to have been around forever, and they're ignoring all things Prometheus and Alien Covenant and stuff. It's also good news to hear that Ridley Scott was hands off. However, how many kind of notes did he put in that the studio might have forced them to include in there? Probably none, because there's really seems to be that strong connection with Prometheus, in particular with Alien Romulus. That one scene in the trailer with the android, the black dude, with the blue scanner light behind him, he's holding a vial and it looks like the black stuff, that oily goo in that vial. So that could be the connection there. And if they're doing that in the film, they probably won't want to do it in the show. It's interesting that they're looking to do multiple seasons of this. It's not a limited series. They want it to be multiple seasons of this. How hard will it go? We don't know. Now, as for them wrapping it up in July, they started filming this thing last year, but the strikes stopped them filming. And that made no sense because they were filming this thing in Thailand. It's not like they're filming where the regulations of the unions are 100% this is a must. Once you were in countries that could film around that stuff, you could continue filming. But I believe it was a couple of the actors refused to go back filming, so they halted it and whatnot, which seems to have really delayed it. Like, if they're only going to be wrapping this up next month, like, we're looking at a very, very long shoot on what will probably end up being 10 episodes, 10 to 13 episodes, because it's FX, so we'll have to wait and see. It's also interesting that at this point, we've seen nothing. Like, I don't expect to see trailers or anything at this stage. I mean, clearly the thing's not going to come out till probably fall of next year. I'm thinking they're probably going to release this thing around September or October of 2025. But there's been no, like, behind the scenes images. Like, when Freddy Alvarez started filming Romulus, you got that photo of the clipboard thing with a face hugger on it. You couldn't really see the face hugger clearly, obviously, because it was behind it, but you could see the tail and the fingers off it coming around. But you could also see the set. So you got it straight away. You're like, ooh, that looks alien, the set and stuff. We have gotten nothing like that from this series, which is very interesting. Why have they not given us any glimpse of what to expect from this? As for the timeline, this is meant to be set closer to now, I believe, and it will be set on Earth. So how xenomorphs are in it, don't know, unless, and the only way they could really explain this is that this series is an 100% standalone project, that it's not connected to the overall Alien universe at all. That's probably the only way they could really do it, if they want to explain xenomorphs on Earth. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Seeing as it's going to wrap up filming next month, I'm assuming we might start getting a bit more information. But they'll probably hang on really until after Romulus comes out, and then they'll probably start really kind of speaking about this. We'll wait and see. But there's your information that's been newly released by Noah Hawley himself, and we now have confirmation that it will wrap filming next month. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.